Every candle on your chart tells you where price went. It doesn't tell you who was aggressive. Two candles can look identical, same open, same close, and mean opposite things. One printed on heavy market buying, the other printed while buyers were quietly running out of steam. Cumulative delta is the scoreboard that shows the difference. By the end of this video, you'll read the aggression behind every move on NQ and spot reversals before the chart shows them. Look at this, 6 bars on NQ, and underneath each one, 2 numbers your chart never shows you, the delta and the volume. Now, find bar 2 and bar 5. Same body, same direction. Both traded 6,000 contracts. On a normal chart, they are the same bar, but the delta row tells you they were nothing alike. Bar 2 printed plus 512, buyers lifting offers, paying up to get filled. Bar 5 printed minus 487. Price still closed higher, but the aggression was all selling. Somebody sat there absorbing every one of those market sells and price rose anyway. Same candle, opposite story. That second row is the whole video. Every single trade has 2 sides, a passive order waiting and an aggressive order that crossed the spread to take it. Delta counts the aggressors. Market buys minus market sells. A bar where 2,000 contracts bought at market and 1,200 sold at market prints a delta of plus 800. Cumulative delta just never resets the count. It adds every bar's delta to a running total all session long. One line, one question. Who has been on the gas today, buyers or sellers? Aggression has a precise meaning here. It's not a feeling. The order book rests at 2 prices, bids below, offers above. If you want in right now, you buy the offer. That trade tags as a market buy. If you want out right now, you sell into the bid, a market sell. That's the whole classification. If this sounds familiar, it's the same mechanics from the DOM video. Delta is the DOM story, written down one trade at a time. On your chart, it lives in a panel under the candles. Price on top, delta below. Most of the time they move together, and there is nothing to trade in that agreement. The information shows up when they split, and there are exactly 2 ways that happens. The first is bearish. Price pushes to a higher high, 21,560, up from 21,540, but cumulative delta puts in a lower high. 1,850 contracts of net buying on the first push, only 720 on the second. Fewer aggressive buyers showed up for the new high. The second is bullish, and it's the mirror image. Price breaks to a lower low, 21,455, down from 21,480, but delta puts in a higher low. Minus 1,600 on the first flush, only minus 540 on the second. The selling is drying up. Same tell, opposite direction. Learn those 2 shapes and you have the whole tool. First read, confirmation. NQ breaks above 21,500 and cumulative delta breaks to a new high with it. Aggressive buyers are driving and price is rewarding them. That's a healthy trend. Pullbacks are for buying, not fading. Same logic in reverse for a sell-off. When price and delta make new extremes together, the move is real. Don't stand in front of it. Second read, exhaustion. Price grinds to a higher high, 21,560, but the delta line puts in a lower high. Fewer aggressive buyers paid up for that last push than the one before it. The move is running on fumes. That's not a short signal by itself. It's a warning. The fuel gauge is dropping while the car is still moving. But when that weak higher high lands at a level, a band, an old value area, yesterday's high, now you have something to build a trade on. Same read applies to a breakout. If price clears the high of day but delta barely moves, there was no real conviction behind it, and breakouts without conviction usually fail back through the level. Third read, the strongest one, absorption. Price sits at support and refuses to break. Meanwhile, the delta line is falling off a cliff. Sellers are hammering market orders into the bid, and price doesn't move. Someone very large is sitting there, passively taking every contract they sell. When the sellers run dry, there is nothing left to push price down, and the snapback is violent. If you watch the absorption video, this is the same event. And if price keeps returning to that exact level while delta keeps climbing, that's the iceberg orders video. One aggressive attempt after another, quietly absorbed. Cumulative delta is just how you see it without reading a footprint tick by tick. Here's the trade. NQ pulls back to the VWAP after a strong open. Price tags the line and holds. Now check the panel. Sellers pressed hard into that pullback. Delta made a sharp new low, but price barely moved. That's absorption at a level. The trapped sellers cover, the trend resumes, and your stop lives just below the absorption low. Location from the level, confirmation from the delta. That combination is the entire playbook. 4 ways traders lose money with this tool. 1. Reading it over the wrong window. In a rotating market, both sides take turns being aggressive, and divergences fire all day and mean nothing. Read a whole session the same way, and you'll usually just be watching a large order get worked passively, not a real signal. Keep it to the swing you're actually trading, never bigger. 2. Comparing raw numbers across days. Plus 5,000 delta on a quiet Tuesday and plus 5,000 on CPI day are different animals. Delta only means something against today's own rhythm. 3. Trading a divergence in the middle of nowhere. Without a level under it, a divergence is a story, not a setup. Wait until price is standing somewhere that matters. 4. Trusting a rising line by itself. A stop run can push cumulative delta higher through pure aggression, even while price gets swept into a level and rejected straight back out. Rising CVD isn't automatically bullish. Check whether the level actually broke or just got tested. One rule holds all of this together. Cumulative delta is a condition, not a trigger. It tells you whether the aggression agrees with the price and whether someone big is leaning against the move. It will never tell you when to click. Location first, divergence second, entry on the hold. That's the order of operations every single time. That's cumulative delta, the running score of who's actually aggressive, and the cleanest way to catch exhaustion and absorption without reading a footprint tick by tick. It stacks with everything on this channel: VWAP, profiles, the DOM, absorption, icebergs, all linked below. Subscribe and join the Discord. Links below.